Hi, my name is Cindy Latin from The Ride. My role in this five-star production is as a performer, and today I'm going to do part 3 of a tutorial I've started on vocal production in Logic Pro X. Um, so far I've talked about layering vocals, stacking multiple tracks of vocal lines on top of each other, and I talked about using a double track and adding different effects on it as well. So the next thing that I want to talk about are some other effects and plugins I've used on my vocals. Again, this is kind of in the context of something more electronic or produced, more pop sounding rather than something that you might hear from like a live band or in genres like jazz. Of course, I'm not saying it can't happen. Anything can happen. It's music. I'm just saying where you'll most commonly hear it. So what I next want to talk about is this micro shift plugin here. Solo this track again. This is going to happen a little bit just because this session is so full of tracks and plugins. It's just a lot for the computer to process, but won't be a problem. Here we go.
I find solace in stories.
So this micro shift is kind of a chorus plugin that I really like. This one I'm using is lead vocal clarity, but hold on, I want to show a different one. Let me find the right one. They have, what's in there is they have something that is like, they call it the background vocal thickener. Probably used it on one of these. Let's see if it's here. I did. Yeah, VGV thickener. So let me solo this track, actually. This is something different. Here we go. The Harmonies. Oh, right here.
Stories, venture and light.
Let's hear it without it.
Stories, venture and light. Stories, venture.
It's kind of, I wouldn't say super subtle, but it's not like the most in-your-face thing ever, but it's adding like a type of chorus effect. It's kind of, in my opinion, for my ears, makes it sound like, like there's a little bit more going on, like there's some, like I said, it's thickening it, makes it sound like maybe there's more people singing than there are, more tracks, but it also kind of adds this like, almost like metallic-y sound to it that makes it sound like a little less natural and more, electronic, more maybe, metal-ish, if that makes sense. Not metal as in the music, but like, to me, maybe more futuristic. This is how I would articulate it. I'm gonna actually amp it up a ton, so maybe you can even hear it more obviously. So let's hear it with none.
Stories, stories, venture.
And only amp it all the way up.
Stories, venture and light. Stories, venture and light.
And you can even play with these other parameters to make it sound even thicker, let's say. So when it says detune and delay, pretty much what it's doing is it's taking what you have and it's very slightly, well, you can choose less or more, minimum, maximum, detuning it, making it a little out of tune. No, it's not going to be out of tune to the extent that it sounds bad and wrong with the track. It's just a little bit. And by doing this, it makes it sound like there's more people. Because if you think about it, when you sing with another person, your tuning is never, of course, it's going to be close to good. If if they're good musicians, the tuning will be almost perfect or whatever, but it's always going to be a little bit off. You're two different people singing, so it's always going to be a little different. Same with delay. What it's saying is like that your timing. Of course, the timing should be as tight as possible. You should be as together as possible. However, you're always going to be a teeny bit off. Even if you record yourself and record yourself again, which is what I have here, it's a tiny, tiny bit off. It's not off that you hear it and you're like, oh my god, something's off, the timing's not together. No, you do it to such a slight amount that it doesn't sound wrong, but it does make a difference. So why don't we turn this up and turn this up?
Stories, venture and light.
Now let's turn them down and see.
Stories, venture and light. Stories, venture and light. Stories, venture.
These differences aren't always super in your face, but like I was saying, it's pretty subtle, but they do make a difference to your track. So this is Microshift, which is a plugin from a company called Soundtoys. I bought it outside of Logic. It doesn't come with Logic, but there's a chorus plugin that comes with Logic that will be fine. You just have to kind of learn to play with the the different knobs, and they're going to look different, the layout from plugin to plugin, but essentially they can kind of all do the same thing within reason. Of course, there's going to be differences, but I hope that helps, and yeah, good luck.